What's going on, everybody? I am back again with an updated tutorial for the Jobs plugin, because I noticed last time I made this, I missed a few things. So, this time I will try to make sure to keep up on all of it. So, the first thing you need to do, of course, is install the Jobs plugin. I will have a link to it in the description below. And let's go ahead and just jump right on in. Now, what's cool, they added sign support. So, yeah, it looks kind of funny. I'm using pirate chat right now. Anyway. So, you got your normal jobs join minor, for example, and boom, there it is. But I'm gonna go through everything. So, jobs leave minor, boom. Ready? Are you ready for this? Here we go. Now you can join using signs, which is great because you can put these up in server spawns, custom areas, or just wherever you want them. Let's just go and show you. So, I'm gonna do jobs join, I can't even type today. Digger. Let's join Digger. Now, as you can see, it takes the color. Look at that. Same color and everything. It's so great. And it works the same way. So, jobs, leave, Digger, and boom, I'm no longer in the Digger job. And also, I forgot to mention, if you look at this, type here, T, it shows a little, like a title and a shortened thing that shows you your rank. Now, ranks are kind of a new thing, if I'm not mistaken. So the more levels you get in all your jobs overall, the higher this is. This is set to novice right now. There's different ones, I'll show you that here in a moment. But first, we're just going to go through this. There is now a thing where you can see all of the players, like you can get a scoreboard type feel from this plugin. You can do jobs. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't going to do me any good without being in a job. You have to have players in a job first, or else this isn't going to work. So, jobs, top list, Digger 1. Now, this number down here, right, is the page, because, you know, clearly if you have so many players, this is you're gonna have a different list every time. So the more players you have, the more pages you're going to have to that list. So we're going to go back and we're just going to set it to 1 since I'm the only one in this job. And boom, there I am. As you can see, it shortened my name because my full name is Mushroom Status and you can't exactly fit that. So you can do something like that. And then what's cool is, I'm going to put it right here, you can now have special recognition for the top players. Let me go ahead and show you. You're going to do the exact same thing you did before. Jobs. Oops, I can't even type. Jobs, top list, Digger, and do know that this right here, this line right here can be whatever job. It doesn't have to be Digger, it doesn't have to be minor, it can be anything. So you can have different pillars, different setups, or whatever of different people in different jobs and the top player in all of them. So we're just going to go ahead and do this, Digger 1. Now, you have to include the S here. The S means special, means that's going to be the #1 player in this job right here. And the reason for this is not only do they get a fancy sign to themselves and their level, of course, it shows their level. You also get a player head, like, or a normal head like this, and you put it above it, and boom, look at that sexy face right there. It's like I'm seeing double. Yes, so it will change the head to the top player, which is pretty awesome. I love that. There's another thing I have to show you that's also new. It's jobs shop. And look at this. This is fully configurable. The more items you add, of course, the bigger the GUI will be. It'll look like this, and I'm sure it can go even beyond this right here. But for now, you can see it's got its own, its own loot, or not loot, its own lore, its own price, and it even has requirements: 50 miner, 10 woodcutter. Digger level 5, fisherman 100, or you have elytra right here, which already clearly cost a lot. But like I said, it's fully configurable, so you don't have to have just these items. You can have whatever you want in the game, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the config, because there are 5 main files that you need to look into for this plugin. The first file we're going to look at is going to be the general config. Now the signs, that's just kind of a not JSON clearly because it's YML, but it shows you pretty much all the signs you have made. translatable words I'm not sure about, so I'm not going to jump into that, but we're going to look at the general. So as you can see, you can pick two different language, or you can pick any language. It's completely, you can change it however you want. Locale language right here. So you can set broadcast for when players level up. You can set for what level they level up to when it broadcasts. You can pick the max jobs right here. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is a list of disabled worlds. Now, it's kind of backwards. You have to set use to true for it to actually be disabled, as far as I'm concerned anyway. And yeah, so this world would be disabled, but it's not. Anyway, so here's one thing that you can do. If you saw when I typed at the beginning, which I don't know if you did, but if not, I'm going to go ahead and do it again. This right here, this is completely changeable. See how you have red brackets? Well, that, my friends, is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I don't know. I'll leave that on, actually. No, I won't. I'm going to disable that. False. And as you can see, there's a lot of things that you can do. It's completely customizable. You can earn money for things you do. You can earn points, which is... it also has its own point system. So if you don't want to use an economy, you want jobs to be a separate thing, so you're using like two different systems, you can earn experience, which is pretty neat. So we're going to scroll on down and here for a little bit. Okay, this is cool. It's got compatibility too now with stuff like MCMMO, Mythic Mobs, just a bunch of things, and it's awesome. So much you can do. There's a lot more to it. You're going to have to look into that on your own. But I'm just going to go and back up here. And we're going to go into the jobs config. Now this is where you modify, change, or whatever. As you can see right here, this is a good example. You got the woodcutter job, and inside those brackets that you saw earlier, it will put the letter W, and it will be green. It's completely changeable. It's kind of hard to see each job. You just kind of have to look for it here. But it will always, as far as I'm concerned, will always start with full name, if that helps. Yeah. So, we're going to scroll down further. Here we go. These are examples for the builder one, or woodcutter, one of the two, if not both. As you can see, you can change how everything goes with whatever you decide to do. So, you break TNT, you make $5, you make 5 points, you get 5 experience, and it's completely changeable. You can change that however much you want. And as you can see, it goes throughout a bunch: what you catch, what you tame, what you breed, what you eat, what you make. It's just, there's so much to it. So it's completely customizable. You can change it to your likings. I'm going to leave it as it is because this is a really good, it's already good in numbers in my opinion. So we're going to go back here. Restricted areas and blocks. Now we're going to jump into this one because you already have a guess on the blocks. This is pretty cool. So I'm not sure if you can do this yet with World Guard. However, you can block areas from jobs working, and it works like World Guard. As you can see, you can set a very specific set of coordinates, and you can make it to where they earn nothing, or you can change that number up to earn double or whatever you set that to, and you can just keep making more. You're not limited to areas, which is nice. So you can have a certain area where, I don't know, maybe you dig gold, and next thing you know, you're making like 5 times the amount. You can completely do that, which would be great. Restricted blocks, it's the blocks that you're not allowed to do anything with, clearly. Schedule, this one's going to be neat. Now, if you want to have custom events that happen at a certain time, you can set the play time here, like in-game time, and it will change it. Experience, money, this is double what you would make. All jobs set through all day. And clearly, as you can see, it's going from nighttime. So, nighttime in-game. It does not work in ticks. So, the best thing to do is type in /day or /night. And it will tell you the time in there. As you can see, you can have custom messages. Broadcast on start. This is what it'll say. This will be what it is. And this will tell you right here how long it lasts. Another thing right here. You can just, you can make any events. You don't have to be stuck on just these two. You can make whatever you want for however long, for any job, for any amount. It's just all up to you. And now the last two things. First, before shop titles or items, my bad. So as you can see, here is the example of the super pickaxe, which was the diamond pickaxe that we saw in game. And you can see here, required ID, clearly it's going to be 287 because that's what the diamond pickaxe is. And here you go. It even tells you too. Item data, item amount, you'll get 1 from buying it. You can put your name right here. Best pickaxe ever, of course, which if you remember seeing that in the shop. And right here, the lore behind it, they were nice enough to tell you what enchantments it'll have, and as well as extra lore, excuse me. So here you can have required permissions, really cool, required job levels. There's just so much you can do. And you can even make it perform commands, which is pretty neat. I have not looked too much into that yet, but it's good. Here's more stuff on it. I believe this is still the super pickaxe. Yep, efficiency 5 on breaking 3. Here you go. Yeah. So, that's the items. Like I said, you can add as much as you want. As I've talked to the developer, and he told me that the more you add to it, the more the GUI will expand. So you're not limited to just like the 5 or 9 or however many it was. You can just keep on going if you wanted to. Now, this is going to be the last thing we look at. As you can see, titles for different experience levels. When I first joined, you saw I was at Novice, because you can see level requirement 0. And you can change the color name, you can change the short name, you can even change the title of the titles. Or the titles themselves, I guess. Anyway, so as you can see, the higher level you can get different ranks for it, which I'm not sure there's really too much you can do with that as far as maybe giving extra experience for certain ranks. But it's just kind of a nice little thing. You'd feel kind of good if you got up to Legendary or Grandmaster or anything, really. Who wouldn't want to be known as that? So that's pretty much all with the plugin. It's very simple, very customizable, and it works. If you've used this plugin in the past, then you already know pretty much everything you're doing. All you have to do is just go in, mess with the shop, mess with the titles, all that, set up signs, do whatever you want to do. Another thing to know also, this only works once after placing the sign. So if you already have a sign up and you're sitting here trying to, put your head back, it's not going to work. You have to completely retype jobs, top list. I had digger, so whatever your job is, and then 1S. Make sure it's set to S, and give it a moment. Well, you saw it at the beginning, so you know it works. Anyway, so that's that. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, give me a thumb. Give me both thumbs. Give me your friends' thumbs. Make sure they're all pointed up. Make sure to press that lovely red subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video.